Casual. 5 minutes. Okie dokie. Alf walk. Alf buck. The gang's all here. Hey, Alf walk. I think that's you.
What's up?
Are you excited?
My God, I can't wait. What are they gonna show? What games are there gonna be? Oh,
The end of the world.
it's like Christmas morning on the 9th of September, 2021. Let's make sure we get the date in there for the record books.
I guess
This
we're
is
watching
the
it.
day where it all happened.
We're gonna watch it on YouTube, I guess.
Oh, I'm already there.
Alright. I like to watch the chat reactions. What about you? What do you think about the chat reactions?
There's too many. I don't even look over there.
It's like the Matrix. All I see is blonde, brunette, redhead. Is this too much information? Decode the Matrix.
Look, it's like GTA, Spider-Man, PS6.
It is like the Matrix, though. Little bits of
GTA.
information.
There's even like, what is that? Sanskrit? There's like other languages.
There actually could be GTA.
I know.
Actually true. Are you? Yeah.
Now, you don't even have a PlayStation 5, do you?
I'm gonna get one. You better believe it. When the opportunity arises. We'll see it. I might just try to hide the chat a little bit. Are you ready? Now I am, Charlie boy. I'm ready now. How much time we got? 2 minutes. Then we breach.
So what would you like to see in this?
Well, thanks for asking.
What would you reveal? Like a God of War?
Yeah, I want to see some God of War. God of War. Now that GTA, some GTA new game, because I don't like GTA 5. Feels weird. Maybe we'll see some GTA San Andreas remastered. There was news about that, like some rumors about a remastered of the first games or the third and stuff. What else? Mega Man Legends for PS4, PS5. Mega Man Legends release, I guess. What else?
That's not gonna happen.
Matrix, a new Matrix game? No way. It's too soon. Matrix Online coming back? That'd be cool.
What about like a new portable?
Nah. Would they do that?
A new PlayStation phone.
Maybe a phone, maybe. Feels like there should be a new phone in the ring at this point. PS5. More PS5s in general.
Yeah, I couldn't see him releasing like a new hardware thing that with the chip shortage and all that.
What else could there be? They could reveal games that aren't exclusive, so could be. Probably not. How long is this event? Does anyone know? PS Vita 2? Metal Gear Remastered. Metal Gear 4 on the PS5.
Ooh.
True. Good one there, Charlie boy. Kind of makes it feel like line dancing, river dancing.
I hope they show more Harold Halibut. That's one that I'm really looking forward to.
Hero, how about that? Haven't heard of that one. It's starting now. Rated M. It's GTA 6. It's already there. It's already there. It's God of War. It's God of War. It's. Wait. Whoa, look at the graphics on that one. Assassin's Creed. What? GTA 6. Oh, okay, this is just the intro. Alright, Blue Monday is definitely DMCA. Streamers are all like muting right now. Oh, mute. Hibiscus is streaming this. I don't know if you wanted to join this.
Hi, Verizon launched
All right, driving chess. Anything, they did all this just for the PS5 reveal?
What is this like Saints Row or something? I don't know what this is.
This is just like the intro, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Who's that?
No, that's Mercedes.
Hibiscus is just listening to the music, isn't care.
He has the emblems on his rings too.
He's just playing Blue Monday like nobody's business right now. Oh, wait, does Alphawk not hear me? Oh, yeah, whoops. Oh, no. How's my mic connected? What the hell? I don't know what the heck you're listening to me from. I'm like Neo. I just inserted my voice into the Matrix. Oh. Yeah, let me fix that. Cancel class. Well, you can join the call if you'd like. Okay, that should be good. All right, here we go.
And CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and welcome to the
It keeps
PlayStation
blinking.
Showcase.
All right, I'm here now.
At PlayStation, we believe in pushing boundaries.
We're
and
pushing
setting the
boundaries,
benchmark
man.
For creativity and excellence in entertainment.
We're pushing the
We
boundaries.
always love the opportunity to speak directly
There's no
with our
room
community.
for chips anymore.
New technology in PS5 enables development teams to build more exciting, immersive, and compelling worlds, showcasing their creative vision as storytellers. We've never been more grateful for the PlayStation community. So thank you for allowing us time to share some significant updates and brand new content. So without further ado, let's look at some new and amazing games.
Amazing games. Amazing games. Oh, I don't know if...
Peace is a lie.
Oh,
What?
I'm a Star Wars
Gears
guy.
of War?
That's what the Sith believe.
How do you know this is Star Wars? You're ahead of me? How are you ahead of my stream? I have the best internet.
Now they wield it.
What could this be? What could it
We
be?
face the greatest Sith in generations.
This is the continuation of that game.
They must be stopped.
Remake.
Oh, it's Revan. Oh my god.
That's the one you like. That's the good one, right?
Oh, they're both good, yeah.
Legend remade. Just PS5 though? Where's that Steam icon? Bayonetta? I think everyone's ahead of me in this. Where are they watching it from?
I'm watching on the YouTube.
I gotta refresh my crap. I'll just keep like this till the next break.
I see a green shiny butt. Some
Yeah.
woman, she punched the thing. Was that an octopus?
This could be Bayonetta, a new one. Looks like it. New character. Nah, it's not Bayonetta. Can't be, it can't be. How is she in space? Bloodborne in space? Yo, it could be Bloodborne in space.
하늘에 계신 어머니시여.
Our mother in heaven.
지키지 못했습니다. 적들을 물리치고 인류를
Another
구원하는
Nier
신성한
already?
임무를 다하지 못하였습니다. 하지만
Shrek 2?
저희가 다시 내려와 남은 목숨 끝까지 바쳐 싸울 것을 맹세하오. 부디 저희의
What is she
길을
talking
살려주시고
about?
저희를 도와주시고 저희를 유혹에 빠지지 않게 하소서.
God. That's Bayonetta.
지하 시설, 방공호 같은 건가?
여긴 지하철역이야. 사람들을 태우고 거미줄처럼 도시를 누비던 교통수단이지.
Could just be a new thing.
지난 얘기지만 말이야. 잠깐.
Looks, Eve.
네이티브가 시체에 기생하고 있다. 매복이야.
Alright.
그날 이후 지성의 도시들은 모두 예비처럼 폐허가 됐어.
This place.
갈라 신군들은 우주로 달아났고 나가는 놈들은 이곳에 버려졌지.
Hello, flying dude. Dutch?
마더스피어의 구원을 아직 기다리고 있는 거야.
이브 조심해. 전방에
Yo, oh, look at. What is this game?
무너지겠어.
It's like a lot of games vibes here. Showing a bunch of aliens.
뭐 살살 가고 놀았지.
Oh, now she's bad A. She's acting bad A now. Bad A.
여기야.
Whoa! Okay, suddenly Sonic Riders. Looks good. I mean, but I don't know. All right. Killed the monster. Project Eve. Project Eevee. Pokemon.
설마. 이브, 저건 알파 네이티브야.
An angel native. Native. That's a PS4. That's pretty cool. Looks like a solid game. Alphawk, you there? By the way, mic check.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm watching.
Just test that. I haven't heard it since I reset my
Dragon
thing.
Lord has returned.
Fools! Your party of heroes can't stop me.
Who's ready to rickety roleplay? Spoiler, it's you, baby.
Borderlands. New Borderlands. Oh, I know this song. Wait, what the heck is that playing from? Huh? Oh, that is from the game. That is DMCA. I think, pretty sure.
But they got Skeletor in the game?
Baby Metal.
You know, some of you may be asking, Tina, why are there guns in a fantasy world? And I am just so glad you asked because shut up your face and get shooting!
Become a hero. It's like League of Legends, but first-person player, first-person view. Or it's like a board game, but you enter an instance. Isn't this what you wanted, Outblock? You're waiting for this one.
Shark guy?
Just the whole thing. Borderlands. You're a big Borderlands fan. Every time you talk about Borderlands, I'm like, nah.
I'm not a... No, I don't like Borderlands.
Oh, yeah. That was Blauflock. Wrong guy.
Or destiny.
No end credit scene here. This ain't no super duper hero movie.
Shots on the superhero duper movies. Wow. I gotta have some drama about that on Twitter. What's this? What could this be? X-Men? The X-Men game? Return of X-Men? X-Men the game? X-Men me? X-Men?
I'll let you in on a secret, but I'm a pretty
crap.
big deal. Real big deal. We are getting out of this city, Homer. I promise we'll go somewhere that loves cats.
The Hotel or Hotel the?
Fights. Clean air. Bright skies.
Pray. Pray. What?
Actual.
Whoa. She said it. Portal 3?
Whoa, wait, stop! Whoa.
Oh wow, whoa. Is that the church that burned down?
Where on earth is this?
A lot of games have that thing.
Who's there?
It's like the whale husk.
Well, not what you would call Earth, anyway.
I swear to God, asshole, show yourself!
Show myself. I've shown.
Where are you?
Right here, at the end of your arm. Oh, hello, yes.
Bengals.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop. Did I
It's a
just do
Bengal.
that?
We did.
I just moved it with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, kill jacked up beasts, I'll probably fly next.
No, you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
Obama's daughter.
Our land suffers. You are the only hope we have. You're special.
You're special. They just
Everyone is planning on facing off with Sylar.
they said it.
Tanta Sylar is the strongest and most formidable of all the Tantas.
They gave away too much
We'll be
there.
doing our
You're
land a
special.
great service by
You're the
killing
guy.
her.
Kamehameha. Top spoken. Forspoken. 4. Spook.
Frey. No name for a demon.
Frey?
I am the one you seek. The one and only Tanta Sila.
Tanta Sila. I mean, every game like this is like the same thing. I mean, just choose your. It's like the setting is slightly different in everyone.
Rainbow has been the shield.
Yeah, it looked a lot like Project Eve. It's the same game.
Hostage situations, biological weapons. the
Another
threat of
70-hour
nuclear
game.
war.
Team Rainbow.
But now
That's this one?
we face the greatest terror
A giant
our
spikes.
world has ever known.
Extraction. What is it exactly? PUBG? Is it Royale? Battle Royale? PvE?
We want a shot at tomorrow.
You gotta fight for
We
today.
will move as one. We will think as one.
We will
We
poop
do whatever
as
it
one.
takes. As one. Together, we enter the unknown. Together, we fight for our future. And no one will be left behind.
This could just be like an addition for Rainbow Six. An add-on. PvE add-on. An original. What is it though? Seems to be PvE. I mean,
Boom.
Doom.
We need more slowdowns. Boom.
Doom. What is this? What is this one? GTA 6? Max Payne.
You do.
Remedy.
Go out in the dark.
Is that Max Payne?
Alan Wake, dude.
The light.
Alan Wake.
The Deerfest guests have already started
And a
to
half.
arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry.
It's a remake?
Famous artist, no less.
What is that?
Alice? Alice? My wife Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wick.
Last night I woke up to a nightmare. I was missing a week. What had happened to me? I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it. With it, I could save myself. I could save Alice.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you.
Is this a new one?
It's a remake of the.
Oh. What was it
My
on
name is
PlayStation?
Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
Remastered. Remastered. AlanWake.com right now. GTA 6?
October 5th.
Yo, GTA 6? I mean 5.
Hey! Oh, no! Hello, Franklin.
What's up? What's new in GTA 5? Let's see this time. What's going on? There's always something new in this game. Come on, for a heist you'll never complete. New heist. Enhanced. Enhanced gameplay.
I gotta run now, okay?
Alright, bye, babe.
Wait, what? Is this advertisement for GTA 5? Just a random ad.
Well, they're coming out with the PS5 edition.
Oh.
It's gonna be free to play, I believe, too.
Oh, that's good.
I think we're gonna literally make out
Crossplay? Is it crossplay? A remastered? Unscripted. Yo, the DeLorean's flying. That's cool. No way. Oh, zombie game? Is this Watch Dogs? I mean, Sleeping Dogs? No. What is this? Ghosts? Ghost Battle Royale?
What's that?
Slenderman the game? Slender.
Critical.
Chungus Slenderman?
People always decry the truth when forced to face it. Still your fear. I will be her salvation.
Mari!
The time is nigh.
First person.
The world rests on the precipice of transformation.
First person. Mage. Skyrim Mage playthrough.
A new age will dawn.
Ghostwire. Tokyo. Has Ghostwire been... It was a game before, I think, right? There's another Ghostwire. Ghostwire Tokyo. They are a ghost hunter. Japanese Ghostbusters. Marvel.
Guardians.
Guardian of the Galaxy game. No. I mean,
came
let's
here
check it out.
seeking truth. Rejoice.
The matriarch wishes to share it with you.
Let's check it out.
United in the light of belief, all suffering, all grief will end. Oh! Yeah!
There it is.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
Cosmo! How you doing, buddy?
Grand Unifier Raker, leader of the Church of Truths.
During that ritual with the priest, they kept talking about a promise.
It was like they were drinking funky juice or something.
Or joined the cult.
So let us investigate for you.
Always catch, Peter Quill. And not fun kind with Bob.
Hey, World Mind, long time no see.
The current probability of defeating the
Universal Church of Truth is
0.3%.
Is that bad? It sounds bad.
It is.
I hope you've got
It
one
is
hell
bad.
of a speech plan, Peter.
That makes two of us.
His name's Peter?
Follow me!
Groot character? Groot race?
By rejecting the promise, you have proven yourselves unworthy, and you must be destroyed.
That was completely intentional. The Milano's on her way. Thanks, bud.
October 26th. Are you buying that one?
If it has music like that in the game, I'll buy it.
Oh, Blood Hunt. What's happening with this game? I feel like trying that game again, but being the.
I thought this was
the
on
back-
PC only. I just looked it up the other day.
Oh. So now it's on PS5.
But when?
Nosferatu. There he is. That's him. See, this is the best class, I think. That teleporting thing. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. This gameplay looks good, but like when you actually play, like people are just all over you. They're coming from every angle. It's coming out 2021. Damn, that's like a year from now. That's one in 1 second.
Picture your perfect you.
I thought that was Fallout 76. Is it? No. Outer Worlds?
This is what's it called? Live, Die, Repeat. Time.
Live, Die, Repeat. Time.
Time Jumper. It's from the Dishonored people.
Oh.
Deathloop. Deathloop.
An endless party that you can never leave.
Interesting, interesting. I want to mute the song a little bit.
Brainwashed cultists flinging bombs. Whatever these guys are doing, all spewing eons.
What are they doing? Whatever these guys are doing.
So how come I don't remember shit? This Party Island hangover is none my thing. My thing is answers. Who are these people? What do they want with me? And why is she always one step ahead? Come on.
It's gotta be her.
You gotta put this together.
It's like Groundhog Day. Put it together, man.
Somebody built this place. Somebody's sending me these messages from the future, the past, whenever. And some jackass wrecked every plane out here.
Could be him.
It's a contest for them, some type of experiment. How does this time loop work? Does anybody remember? Why is everyone wearing a mask? What the notes anymore? Who am I?
Colt, I want you to remember. I want you to remember why you came here.
Huh. Is that? Damn, I look good. I've imagined myself a way out.
He imagined a way out. "24 hours, 8 targets."
Gonna break this time loop before it breaks me.
Dead Loop. Fruit Loops the game. I don't know about that one. I mean, if I got time, maybe. If I get it for free, maybe. Time and free. Big factors. Was this is GTA 6? What? Gears of War? Among Us? Amnesia? Radiohead?
What?
That was it. That's all we get. I think. Oh, this game again? Is this the same that game? Oh no, it's not. Guitar Hero coming back? Legend of Zelda? This DMCA? Sans. Oh no. She went into the pigeon. What? Go back. Alright, she can get out. Okay, that's good. Mind control. Animals. Every game has that now, the parachute. High five. You gotta find Morova. Knuckles? Chaya. Teach you. Yo, who just pets a crab though? Gotta try that one day. The X and the O's and the triangles.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Treasure?
The Tusk.
Remastered again?
Now that's not an easy find.
Far Cry. What's it called? Far From Far? Uncharted, right?
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves digging around while we
Remastered.
Jake Gyllenhaal? Uncharted, the Charted Edition.
Oh, crap!
Everyone obsessed with this treasure gets what they deserve.
No.
This is one of my favorite games of all time.
Really?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Thieves End was so good.
I'm gonna get this, I think. This one I'm getting. Because I never played them. Gotta play this one. I didn't even show the name. It's like, you know what it is. You know.
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios.
Herman
PlayStation
Hills for
Studios,
PS5?
at its heart, is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA studios all across the globe. Everything we do is driven and inspired by storytelling. As creators, PlayStation 5 gives us the opportunity to push the boundaries of storytelling even further. Our world-class development teams at PlayStation Studios have already delivered such incredible gaming experiences for PS5, and we're only just getting started. As you'll see today with the lineup of exclusive games coming for PlayStation Studios, we're going to continue to drive innovation, advance gaming, while always embracing the legacy of
buy a
PlayStation
PS5.
and creating games that matter. Games that you're not going to find anywhere else. Enjoy.
And the console itself you can't find. The console you can't find anywhere else.
So are these going to be all exclusives now? Is that what he's saying?
Probably. Marvel. It could be Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna mute the music. Is this Logan?
If this is Spider-Man, people are going to go nuts.
Wolverine. It's Wolverine, dude. It's gotta be, man. Maybe. Oh. Yo, hello. Hello. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Get the Guardians out of here. What is this song? Okay. Castlevania. It's a card game. Card game. There's always a card game.
Gran Turismo. I love Gran Turismo.
What a weird music choice for this. I chose the wrong soundtrack. GTA without the A? This is what, France maybe? Or was Porsche French? Italian?
Porsche is German.
Porsche. Porsche. Porsche E. Jaguar. Then the Jaguar comes in. It's like, hey, what up? Nice house you got here. The coffee shop.
Jeez,
the car.
Look at the graphics. Show more racing.
You can put the thing on your car. DeLorean? Photo mode. That looks so real. Army Jeep. This music's a bop. It's a bop. Do you need a special HDMI cable for PS5? I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't know.
I don't think so. It comes with one.
I wonder how much a wheel is. This game looks good. The interior looks not real. Not as real. The car games. Samir, please.
You're breaking the car.
Interior crocodile alligator. That car looked cool there with the big wings in the back. That guy's like, I wish I was driving. Gran Turismo. Save him. Marvel again. What Marvel again? Dude, I feel like this is a good one. What could this be? Goodman, John Goodman, the game.
As long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me.
It's Marvel again.
One who could surprise me.
Oh. Hibiscus is flipping out right now.
You see him, or you know he is?
I just know
he
it.
is. He's like he's doing hand gestures.
Go!
He's like, what?
Let's go!
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
Octopus? Watch is like DC, no way. Crocodile? Killer Croc? Oh. Yo, Goosebumps. Spider-Man 2. Yo, now's my chance to play the first one.
Yes, we will.
That's pretty cool. Now, Tane I can get into.
2023.
Yeah. I know. First one, End Miles story. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Gotta play both now. Got plenty of time, though. Plenty of time. Here we go. Or it's snowing. Climate change. He's older. Is he older? Dude, this game's gonna be so awesome. Papa! Why'd you kill the baby?
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
His voice changed.
War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
Sick.
And if those answers lead
They're
to
fighting.
war with Asgard,
She's chasing him, I
Maybe
think.
that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere.
Derelict my balls, man.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands?
Oh, they're going back to
Well,
the God of War lands.
Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in.
There's that guy again.
All yarn speed that happened to him.
We're trying to stop Ragnarok.
He looks like Loki from Marvel a little bit.
And what if the only way to do that is war?
Bring back Hades.
War is not the only way.
Athena.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person.
That's Thor. That's Thor's voice.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
No.
In moments
Lizard.
of crisis, panic does nothing.
The Dark Elves are back. Oh, horse guy.
Let it serve you.
What's behind that door?
Tyr!
Tyr. Oh, it's Tyr. He's alive. He's a giant. He's the last of the giants. Or something. Weird.
You'll get your answers soon enough. Well,
Who did?
some of them.
Who dis? Some of them answers. Sick. I wanted more. More.
Oh, that's good. Good stuff.
That's some good God of War, boy.
It's the best one yet, I would say. God of War.
Oof. Oof. That's getting my blood boiling. We're going back. That was good. There's more? Is there more? They could have ended there.
Unbelievable. Yes, yes, inconceivable. See myself as fairly reasonable. But at times I can be stubborn.
This might be the end to wrapping it up. I want more though. I want more. It's been an hour pretty much. They could have ended after KOTOR. Sick. Wolverine. Yeah, gotta play that. Doesn't matter what the gameplay looks like. I'm sure
There
it'll be good.
might be they might do a big one yet at the end where it's like, oh, it's over, that was it. But then wait a second.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere.
They wouldn't want anyone to like step on any toes here. Just like, okay, this game gets
And
all
that
the
was
hype.
the PlayStation Showcase. We've got more info and updates coming right now, and I'm in fact joined by no less than
That's it.
PlayStation Studios head Herman Hulst.
That's it.
Herman, really strong showing here from PlayStation Studios tonight, including an awesome new look at GT7 and finally a release date.
GT7 is coming in March, and I don't think fans are going to be disappointed with what Yamauchi-san and Polyphony have been working on. And what
That was
we're
a
doing
nice-
with
that was a
GT7
nice
is we're
showcase,
pulling
you're
from
right.
The entire history of the franchise, taking some of the best
It was short but
features
really sweet.
into GT7.
It felt short.
GT campaign, arcade missions, all that good stuff. And I got a chance to play, and it just looks and plays sensationally. The haptics, the vibrations, you feel the road, the pull and the weight of the different cars. I'll tell you, the one thing that I personally really liked is the braking variations.
I think that's it.
The adaptive triggers.
That was it. Now they're just gonna go in depth on
like you're an
more.
incredible racer. And for
They're
me,
gonna
that's
go
great.
in depth on Johnny Depp. All right, guys. What do you think about the Alpha? Any thoughts on this?
Man, a lot of games to look forward to. They got something for everybody in there. I'm very pleased with that showcase. I'm looking forward mostly to God of War. I think that's going to be the best game ever.
You're looking forward to that?
Yes.
I thought you would be more excited about the Star Wars.
Star Wars, I mean, I've played Star Wars before. So, I mean, I know what happens. I might play it again, but I like playing something new, something different.
Yeah. True. All right. So we got the Star Wars. What else? Spider-Man.
There was Project Eve, Borderlands, the Rainbow Six, the Alan Wake remake, the Uncharted remakes. A lot of remakes.
Wake remake. Remastered. Difference.
Or yeah, remasters, I should say. I think Deathloop will be a good one. But I probably won't play it. I'm gonna look up what the heck that Radiohead thing was. I don't know what that was.
True.
But yeah, cool stuff. What are you looking at?
I'm writing them down right now. I'm gonna send a tweet up. Star Wars, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, Alan Wake remastered, Uncharted remastered, and God of War. Those are my interests.
Oh yeah, Wolverine. That'll be cool, but that's probably another 2023.
I hope not. I really hope not. God of War 5, no. So, I don't know if that's the boy's same voice actor. He just changed his tone, or is that a new actor? Probably the same actor, though. Probably. Star Wars, gonna play that. Gotta play the Spider-Man games.
You never beat that, or you never got that to work, right? The KOTOR?
I think I did. But I can't play it now because it was a Discord game, and now it's kind of BS because Discord, you can't play games on there. You can't get games on there anymore, nor can you play the games you already had, I think. Or download them again. So it was a scam. It feels like a scam.
Scammed.
Because you had to get Nitro to get those games. Some BS, bro.
That's the digital
Library.
problem.
Yeah.
Is when you don't have the physical copy, they could take it away.
Take it away.
Steam goes out of business, and then suddenly all your games are gone.
That's a nightmare thought. That'll probably happen one day. Someday. Eventually.
Now they're talking about Horizon. They didn't even show anything from that.
I don't care too much about that game, but it doesn't mean yeah. Doesn't mean I don't like to hear news about it. I guess there's not much else to show. They could have showed something though about that. Maybe they thought there was too much Horizon. They got delayed. Delayed the game. So maybe he was thinking in the God of War trailer. He was thinking, who can help us? Maybe Athena's still around, but I think she was a bad guy in the other games. Betrayed him.
I have no idea what's going on.
Some
happened?
friends out there.
Why was the witch lady attacking him?
Did you play the first?
What happened?
I mean,
I did. I forget what happened.
They killed her son.
Right.
And she's pretty mad about that.
But she was mad about that.
Yeah. She'd rather die. She was gonna kill herself to save her son. But
Right.
They
But
killed her son.
he didn't. He wanted to die. We did
Yeah,
him a favor.
that's why it's crazy. Bitch is crazy. That should be what the God of War's titled. God of War. Bitch is crazy.
So now we gotta fight her and Thor. Like we have no. But we got Tyr now. He's gonna be our
Tyr?
new.
I guess
ally.
that was the guy they were talking about, I guess.
And the head, the guy
head.
from the tree.
Chuck him at them. Finally, it's gonna be worth getting PS5.
They introduced a new. There was like a new blacksmith-looking character.
Those guys were in the game. Those two.
There was
guys.
the two brothers, but then they showed a new guy who
Oh.
looked like he was sitting behind a table or something. Maybe
Okay.
a vendor of something or something.
Maybe they had a baby. They
You
had a
got
baby?
dog sleds. That's gonna be fun. Instead of that stupid boat.
I wonder why is there tension between Tyr and Kratos? Someone tweeted. What happened there? Maybe because he doesn't like war. Tyr doesn't like war, and he's the god of war.
Kratos probably killed his entire family or something.
Maybe. I can Google that. Let's see. Why God of War?
It's like Blood Rain 2. He killed my entire family, including my mother.
It says Tyr is one of the very few gods that has earned Kratos' respect. Kratos is the Norse god associated with war. Okay, so he's the god of war in NA or whatever.
Oh. So he's like the Ares of NA.
I guess. What else? Star Wars, Wolverine. It's been a while since a Wolverine game came out. What was the last Wolverine game? Probably flopped. That's why they were scared.
All I remember, there was like a PS2 era one. For the first Wolverine movie that came out had a game.
Yeah, probably something like that. Kind of boring. Wolverine Origins, was that it?
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
Let's... The reception. Reception. Positive reviews. Mostly negative, though. 5 out of 10. Nintendo Power. Of course Nintendo's going to say that. Game trailers.
Wait, you looking up the Wolverine game?
Yeah.
I played that. I remember it not being too bad. You would like blow up helicopters and stuff.
It's actually still on Steam, I think. We can play that.
So I know what you're looking forward to most is probably Tachia. Tachia.
No. I'm not playing that. I already know.
Tachia. With Tachia, you can play Zelda without owning a Nintendo. Tachia.
That's the PS5's Zelda. Wolverine
Remember
games.
Wind Waker?
Yeah.
We got boats. Remember Breath of the Wild? Float on a cape thing.
Yo, the Wolverine Origins is on the mobile phone.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The mobile phone.
What else was in there? Gran Turismo. I like. I'll probably get that.
Harbiscus. What's Harbiscus up to? He's watching the people talk about it. Oh, they're talking to the guy who made God of War.
Yeah.
Should we listen in on that guy?
What is he directing?
I'm really focused on God of War Ragnarok that I am incredibly excited that
Did
I finally
fall.
understand
This
that
God of War
that's
story
what
technically
everyone
premium
was
titles.
saying.
Oh, you're
God
not wrong,
of
right?
Ragnarok.
This is technically God of War 5.
I was way off. I was thinking it was something else that they were talking about.
That makes
I think
sense,
we'll-
right?
We'll wait to
KDC,
get
that
any
makes
deeper
sense.
into anything else.
Well, what'd you eat today, Alpha?
I had a fake chicken sandwich for lunch.
Sounds good. Did you kill a fake chicken for that? Behead
No
one?
need. It just comes out of the ground. It grows out of the ground.
Oh. You ever? Yeah, I heard sweet potatoes are easy to plant, and you just take a sweet potato from the market, put it in the ground, and boom, more
Here, Knights of
sweet.
the Old Republic, dude.
Oh, they're showing it.
They didn't show any gameplay,
Oh.
just a little cutscene, huh?
Yeah. Why'd they do that? Show us how it looks. Show us how the game looks, you cowards.
Like, you've never played it. You don't know what happens, right? You should probably not watch this in case they spoil it.
Jedi die.
For being
Bad
authentic,
times.
players loved about that original game.
So we know Aspire from bringing classic Star Wars games to
Oh,
modern
they're talking about it.
but this is a
They
much
showed
bigger
gameplay?
project than anything the studio's tackled before. So what can you tell me about
Tear.
To audiences on modern platforms, this project is on a completely different level to anything we have done before. That's why we knew we had to assemble the right team to do this project justice. We put together a team full of industry veterans from fan favorite RPGs, even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It has been a really rewarding experience to assemble such a talented team to bring back an epic game. Of course, we're also working closely with the amazing teams at PlayStation and Lucasfilm Games. Together, we couldn't be more excited about what we'll be able to show you in the future. All of us are, of course, huge Star Wars fans too. One of the nice parts
I
about
think they're just
building
gonna
a
talk,
team
right?
to make a
Like I
big
said,
Star Wars game is the ability
it's
to
over.
instantly bond with all the
It's over,
new
man.
people of your
I love when
favorite
they're like,
aspects
we
of
even
Star
got people
Wars.
who worked
We all
on the
have
original
different
Star Wars
memorabilia
Knights of the
behind
Old
us in every
Republic.
call, and it always
Like,
sparks up a good
doing what?
conversation.
Were they getting coffee
All
for
right, thanks,
the
Ryan.
team? What?
Very
you know?
exciting stuff, and I'm definitely dying
What
to
is
see
it
more
you
of that
do
one.
here?
Thank you, Sid.
What is it
It'll be
you
some
do
time
here?
before we're ready to show more, but we're
We even
very
got
excited about
jump
being
to
able to reveal
conclusions,
more in the future.
Mats.
All right, and that's it for our show. You can catch up on all the big news on PlayStation.blog and check out all the trailers from tonight's PlayStation Showcase on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, they have a dog sled on God of War. The new God of War has a dog sled, guys.
I know, I said that already.
Oh.
I told yous. Get out of that boat.
It's ice now. The same map, it's just gonna be
Get
ice.
the dog sled.
So they're gonna change areas after the first area. It's not gonna be the same
Well,
map the whole time.
It looks like it's the same map, but all different. There was like an area from the first game they showed, but it was all built up, and there was like people living there and stuff.
Or it could be a new area. New
Or it
area.
could be a new area. I'm sure there will be new areas. Maybe like the hub area
Darth Raven.
is like updated, but then you know the areas that you go through, the portals and stuff, are completely different.
Darth Raven, guys. Oh, I know who that is exactly. I know who that is.
You don't know who that is, MT.
I never heard of him actually.
Darth Revan. It's not Raven, it's Revan. That's so Revan.
Looks like a new area in this God of War screenshot.
It's a new area.
Oh yeah, whoa, what's this? Is that the kid? Or is that like, who is this? He's tall. Taller than the kid. Maybe he grows up during the game. Like, he gets older in the game as well. How tall is Kratos? I'm not Googling that. This guy tweeted, Herman Hulst on stream right now. People worrying about that? Like, hey, get the kids, Herman Hulst on stream. Good update there. Google.
They didn't show Harold Halibut.
They got the wrong Harold. New look on Blood Hunt. They made Blood Hunt look good to play.
When's it come out on PS5? Then I could play with you.
Oh, true.
PS5
They don't tell you.
Blood Hunt. This year. It's coming this year.
That's this year.
Yeah, that's a few months.
Is it December 31st at 11:59?
Hey, it could be 5 minutes from now. It could be right now.
Oh yeah, those random games that look like Bloodborne. I forgot about those. Eve, Project Eve.
Project Eve.
And Forspoken.
Forspoken. Yeah, those look dumb. I wouldn't like those. Project Eve looked cool. But Forspoken looked, I thought, kind of dumb. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. They both, I don't know. I want to play them, but I know they're going to be like 70-hour games. I hope the stories are good. I might play those, but they're probably $60 each. That's $120 for the experience of two of the same game, pretty much. Slight differences. Now, Spider-Man 2, I don't know if you can play as Venom. Probably. Since it comes out 2023, you better play as Venom.
What about like Venomized Spider-Man?
Nah.
Or whatever his name is. Emo Spider-Man?
Knights of the Old Republic. Do I need to play like an older Star Wars game to play that? Is there like a story before that game?
No, it's completely original.
Okay. Knights of the Old Republic.
When's that come out? They didn't even show anything, and they didn't say when that comes out.
Right now. It came out 5 seconds ago. Where you at? I could have said that. It came out 10 minutes ago. You guys didn't even know.
What about the Radiohead thing? What was that? Look that up.
Radiohead?
Radiohead PS5. Kidamencia. Or something. Exhibition.
Oh, yeah.
November. What? It's just like a art thing.
It looks like, it reminds me of that one game where like the guy controlled like a spirit, a demon. Was that Amnesia? Not.
I don't know. But that'll probably be something I would like. I know like Bjork had a VR like experience thing. It's probably something along those lines.
This guy's, the description says, an upside-down digital analog universe created from original artwork and recordings to commemorate 21 years of Radiohead's Kid A Amnesiac.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know what that is. Song is it's real life stuff. Who cares about that? I mean, yeah. That's cool, actually. No.
Well, what about Tachia? What do you think about Tachia? Had a crab?
No. If it's free to play, maybe. I'll maybe check that out. Probably not gonna be free to play though.
Alan Wake remastered.
That Borderlands spin-off, that better be free.
Borderlands.
That better be free.
Rainbow Six with aliens. Now, I think that might be a first for the Tom Clancy series to ever have sci-fi elements. It's always been based in like a reality.
And PvE stuff. PvE.
But now there's aliens.
I wonder if there's people out there who don't believe in aliens, so they don't play games with aliens in them. It's like, oh, I'm not playing this anymore. Rainbow Six ruined my experience with since they put aliens in the game. Deathloop. Wonderlands. What did you think about Wonderlands? Guardians of the Galaxy? Is anyone playing that one? Guardians.
It looked alright. I liked the music on that one. It had like the power metal.
Yeah.
Cool music. Now if it plays that while I'm doing generic run around shooting alien stuff, maybe. But if it's just the same old boring crap, I don't really care. I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy that much.
Okay. Fair enough.
What about Deathloop? Have you ever played any of the Dishonored games?
Yeah, I played one of them. Dishonored 1 and 2? Or just one? I think just one.
Just the first one you did?
Just one. Played the first one. I think it's on, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I played the first one. Let me look it up right now on Steam. Dishonored. Yeah, I have the first one. Last played 2017, September 20th, 11 hours. Don't have the second one. I think the game glitched for me or something. Alright. Alright, people. I was hoping for a Pee Wee Herman game or something.